Hello and welcome to another episode of Beards and Bangers, and today you join me driving a Rover that hasn't got lots of wood everywhere but is extremely comfortable, and I am sitting in a sea of red leather and it is absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to be looking at today is a little test drive of a Rover 200 BRM Limited Edition. So, launched in 1997 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, this is essentially a Rover 200 VI. That was the range-topping Rover in the mid-90s. And they lowered the suspension by 20mm, stiffened the suspension, and made some other changes, which we'll have a look at in a sec. So we've got the Cosmos wheels, we've got this distinctive nose, orange nose, which was taken from the BRM Formula 1 cars of the 1960s. Now, I think in an earlier video I said about the lights, the quad headlamps on the sort of late 90s, or the early 2000s Rover 25s, Rover 75, so the Mark 1 MGZT as well. But I do like these rather narrow, rather slim lights that you get in the early R3s. I think they're actually quite attractive and possibly now my new favourite, but I might change my mind on that. We've got fog lights down here, we've got this lovely chrome grille with of course the Rover badge, yeah, and the colour is Brooklands green. It looks like British racing green, but it is in fact Brooklands green. We've got Cosmos wheels all round. These have seen better days, and this one has got the wrong badge on it. It should have a BRM centre badge. We've got sort of chrome coloured wing mirrors, aluminium coloured rather, sorry, wing mirrors. And then if we have a little look, I won't show you the engine bay because we had a look at that last week, but if we pop the boot open, yeah, typical R3 boot, so not that big, but big enough for your shopping. Not that I would probably take this car shopping, but it is what it is for a car of the size. We've got the BRM badge on the back, and then we've got our stock exhaust on here. Yeah, pretty quiet. It's not a rude boy exhaust, so it sings along quite nicely. This is a T-plate car, so it's an very early BRM. I'm hoping if we open the door here, I can't find the commission number, that seems to disappear, but yeah, this is the 46th car built. So it's a limited edition car. We've got the colour, we've got the Brooklands green colour, we've got the orange nose, but the other thing that sets this car apart is the interior. If we start with the door, we've got door pockets with red stitched leather. We've got an insert here in red stitched leather. Even the door pull is red stitched leather with these aluminium fixings here. The speakers are the same. Everything's trimmed with aluminium, and it really is it's a lovely feature. So if you think of the standard Rover 200, you've got the black plastic here, and it's functional. If we have a quick look in the back, we've got enough room for two adults, but beautiful, unused, I think, red leather seats. Excuse my microfiber towels that are sitting there. And it's absolutely gorgeous. We actually move to the inside of the car. We've got standard Rover 200 layout, so you know everything looks the same, but then we got some little details. We've got a leather steering wheel with some red parts and more red leather. But if we look at where we normally find wood, so we normally have a wood panel here, and we normally have a wood panel up here. This has been replaced with this kind of brushed effect aluminium, and it's it really sets this car apart. So you've got the red leather seats, and the aluminium inside. You've also got the aluminium gear knob. The camera will do what I want it to do. Yeah, so we've got aluminium gear knob with red leather gaiter, and then more aluminium to fix the gaiter into the transmission tunnel. So that's nice. Your electric windows are down here, so I think that's pretty standard from then on with these cars. Certainly my ZR had the window switches there. Interesting thing with this car is we've got a passenger airbag, so that would have been a factory fitted option. Another factory fitted option on these cars would be air conditioning, so the blanking plug is there for air conditioning. My mate's car, he's got a V-Reg, a 99 BRM, that has he did have air conditioning as a factory fit option. So this is not the original radio. We've got a Kenwood unit in here. This is just to test the wiring, so the speakers are working, but sadly the Rover branded Philips radio cassette with traffic is not working, so we need to find someone who can actually repair those. If anyone knows anyone who can repair genuine Rover Philips radio cassettes, please do drop some details in the comments box. That'd be much appreciated, because it'd be really nice to get this car back to standard inside with that correct period radio. But yeah, this is what's lovely. We've got this sea of red leather with these little aluminium details. The other thing we've got in here is a sunroof. Now I haven't actually opened it yet. The controls are up here for that. I don't want to open it just in case it doesn't go closed again, but just having the blind open means that you get it's a real light, airy feel to this car. So yeah, it's a really good motor. So I can't recommend one of these highly enough. So what's it like to drive? Well, I recently owned an MG ZR 160, which is I guess the kind of the younger sibling of this car, or younger child even. The first thing I noticed is it's a lot more refined, a lot more sedate. So we haven't got a big bore exhaust. We've got a stock exhaust on this car. So we're not making huge noise out of the back, which is actually quite nice. Now, before I started shooting, I was sitting on a dual carriageway at 70 miles an hour, and yeah, it was revving at 3,000 RPM, but it wasn't unduly noisy, which with the ZR I did find that. But it pulls away quite nicely. We're just stuck in a bit of traffic here, which is slightly frustrating. Yeah, it's driving. It pulls away nice. It's this particular one. Everything feels a bit sloppy. I think I said in my little condition report video the other day that the steering and the brakes just a little bit pappy perhaps. So it's not quite as precise. I'm not whizzing round roundabouts today because it has been wet. The roads are quite greasy, so we don't want to be spinning off at a roundabout. But it is driving nicely. I don't want to go down there. Yeah, so it's really revvy. It's a K-series engine. They're all revvy units. The 1.8 BBC especially so. Am I noticing the 143 brake horsepower? Not especially. Probably need to get someone in the car with me and floor it and see if they find it a little bit too much. But it's pleasant. It's a quiet engine. It's really good. Give a bit more revs around this. Yeah, it's holding pretty well. So I'd say it's slightly pulling to the right because I'm having to compensate the steering on the straight. So it's a little bit of a look at some of the suspension components. Yeah, really, really pleasant to drive. And these seats are comfy. They are sort of semi-bucket seats, but jeepers, I could drive to Scotland, where this car came from, and back very happily. The seats hug you, but not too tight. You're not having your kidneys squashed like some of the Rover group or MG Rover bucket seats. Really, really comfy, and these seats are in very good condition. Not bad for a 112,000 mile car. So the red line on these is 7,000 RPM. Well, I think that's probably nearer 7,200. I haven't revved it quite that hard because I say this is a car that's only just come to me, and we're still sort of giving it various checks. But yeah, nice revvy engine, red line at 7,200. Interesting comparison. I saw a mate's BRM yesterday, and he's got a power flow exhaust on that big bore, and I think it's been remapped up to 160 brake horse, just shy of 160 brake horse. I think you can take these to 170. Whether one should do that or not, of course, is a matter of debate. These are limited edition cars. Part of you thinks, oh, they should be kept stock, but completely different beast with the power flow exhaust and the remap. I'll just put my foot down now, I'm in third, so it's not a slouch, but it's not screaming at me, so it's, the power's there, but it's delivered in quite a refined way. So yeah, really, really a pleasant driving experience. I think with this one, the brakes need looking at, so they're a bit spongy, so whether it's the fluid level, whether it's servo, whether it's just the pads or discs or discs, who knows, but without further investigation. But it's stopping, but it's yeah, it's just a little bit spongy. I'd say the steering is not quite there. These are 20mm lower than the VI, so the VI, as I explained earlier, was the kind of range topper until 1997, and then at the Frankfurt Motor Show in '97 they launched this particular limited edition. VI is very nice cars though, very, very nice indeed. Support for these cars is really good. There's a forum online called the BRM.co.uk, so they're a really good resource of information. And they also have a Facebook group as well for people who own or just interested in the marque. So yeah, there's resources out there. Parts are easy to come by, mostly discount MG Rover spares. Rimmer Brothers, not sponsored by this. They're not sponsoring this video, by the way. I'm just mentioning where parts can come from. But some things you can't get. So the exhausts are now no longer made. The Clarius were making them. So if you're exhaust and replacing, you're probably going to have to get something custom made. If I was going to put new exhaust in this car, I probably wouldn't go for a massive bore, but I probably would just go for a stainless steel system with maybe a slightly bigger bore in it, just to help the engine breathe a bit better. And they do sound quite fruity. Cosmos wheels, these, as we said earlier, need some refurbishment, but they're available. If you go on eBay, you can find Rover Cosmos wheels pretty easily. So, thank you for watching today's video. Please continue to like and subscribe to my channel. It's much appreciated. And next episode will be another look at the MG ZT190. That's had a little bit of attention, and is now driving and sounding like an absolute beast. So yeah, we're going to do some progress on that as a little update. So thanks for watching, and see you again next time.